How's everyone doing? Welcome to the final episode of After the After Hours with your boy TraderPrad. The final day of this week is tomorrow going to be a free fall Friday. Now get ready for tomorrow. Powell going on the microphone. Powell going on the microphone again. Get ready for tomorrow. So I do have a watch list ready, but if you guys are ready, hit that like and subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you guys for all the support. Started. Why don't we dive into the full screen and hit that like and subscribe. Yo, what's up, people? How's everyone doing? Oh, wrong screen. We'll just leave it on this screen since we're here. Let me just bring the music down. Bring down the music. And we could probably delete the intro music out of the playlist and leave the original Dieter playlist. That's right, we're back to the Dieter playlist. We've missed this playlist for some time. We were listening to the Perplexity playlist, but their YouTube stream is offline at the moment. Not sure what happened, but their stream's offline. So we're back to the OG Dieter music. Let me know if it's too loud for you guys. We can bring it down, but let me just delete this song from the playlist and then just pick a random one. Have it going in the background. Okay, how's everyone been? Hopefully you guys had a wonderful day today. For the most part, what I was hearing was, the market started off to the upside and then pulled back. Gold's still continuing its rally. Quantum names still continuing their rally, but some weakness in the market starting to show itself out there. You're looking at, for example, the TSX market, which actually that's a Toronto market. Maybe it not relevant at all, but it started higher on the day, but then completely got destroyed. You also have QQQ, which gapped up, or not gapped up, but created a new all-time high, but pulled back and looks a little bit weak at the moment. Same story for across the board. At least the overall markets are still above the 9-day moving average, but a little bit of a pullback across the board over here on the stock market to keep an eye out for, to see if possible signs of weakness coming in. IonQ, not RR, but RGTI, some of the high flyers out there. Today, we're going to basically go through all of those names, as we always do. We like to cover most of these names, keep an eye on seeing which stocks are important for the next day, what stocks could be a catalyst driven, a theme driven, what stocks are currently being watched on social media by other traders out there, and keep an eye out to see what's a good stock for day trade, what's a good stock for swing trade. So if you're here for that, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'm your boy TraderPrad. Along with that, I want to spend a little bit more time again talking about prediction markets. Prediction markets actually had a major news today. If you guys saw my account yesterday was at like what 130. Now we're at 170. I had a big boost in my account. Actually, I did add some money to my account, so that's one of the reasons why. But I had a nice little green day yesterday on the mentions market. So you can see over here on the NFL, on the Taylor Swift, even a little bit on the sports side. Did I lose that one? No, that's today's game. But even on the mention side, and you can see over here some bet on overnight that I placed. You know, I said OpenAI won't go live by October 31st. I had some sell offers already into the 74 cent area, and then basically overnight I'm waking up to the position getting filled, and I'm like, oh, okay, waking up to more money. Gotta love when that happens. So we're just letting my thesis playing out. So we'll dive a little bit more into Polymarket. Today's good news for Polymarket is NYSE. That's the New York Stock Exchange. The New York Stock Exchange parent company ICE Exchange, ICE, whatever. Let me open the tweet. I actually have the tweet right here. Awesome. I have it on my second screen. I don't even know about it. So proudly partnering with ICE Exchange, they are now investing $2 billion, evaluating the company Polymarket at $9 billion post-revenue. Even though they don't really have real revenue because they don't charge fees. They don't charge you for... are you going to give me these notifications for every single time? Can we turn off for VLC? Maybe we don't need notifications for VLC, do we? Go back. Where's VLC? Off. So, you know, monster deal over there, not only for Polymarket, in general for prediction markets. This is showing you that the stock markets, the New York Stock Exchange, the prediction markets, the financial markets are looking at prediction markets, and this partnership also allows the finance companies out there to now extract the prediction market data through the APIs and basically broadcast it to a wider system like a Bloomberg terminal or a Benzinga terminal and so on. So lots of opportunities in the future that you're gonna see, and obviously you're gonna be able to play with both games at the same time, and they're gonna go synchronizing at the same time. So it's gonna be a lot of great opportunities in the future. Volume is only going to increase. I've been playing with it for about a week or two now, and my account is up like 20-30%. So you know, gotta love seeing that take place. And you know, some of my friends' accounts are up 70 even to 100%. We're killing it at the moment on Polymarket. Notionally, in terms of actual money, it doesn't really matter because we're not using like big amounts of dollars over here. But you know, there is liquidity for you to do that if you're looking to do that. So you know, we're seeing people on this platform throw down millions of dollars, thousands of dollars into predictions and getting paid for it. You know, the stock market is not generally a place where you want to be in if you are a predictor, if you're a pundit, or if you're a predictor, right? But there is a new playground in town that basically pays you to have an opinion, basically pays you to predict the future. For example, this is something that a person that I really respect a lot has been trying to do, and they made a lot of money doing this. It's shorting Labubus, right? Shorting Labubus. They wanted to short Labubus so bad, and they managed to find you know, how to short Labubus. Shout out to this person. But potentially somewhere down the line, prediction markets will say, will Labubus fall down in interest compared to another toy? That could basically be a form of shorting Labubu compared to another toy where you're going long another toy. Here's actually a great example that I can give you. Today, your boy LeBron James, King James, was supposed to announce some sort of announcement. Nobody knew what that announcement was going to be, and surprisingly enough, the market, which was predicting it, probably because there was some insider information. People probably knew that this was a marketing stunt. So marketing stunt already got priced in at a very high probability of 83%. Pretty high chance, especially when you take a look at how old LeBron is. If you take a look at what year LeBron's year this ends up being in the NBA. If you take a look at what his contract end year is, this would be the final year on his Lakers contract. So all things combined, with the teaser that he threw out, I thought it was more of a retirement final season. He's gonna announce a final season, and I actually got some at 23 shares. Oh, sorry, 23 cents, and me buying it at 23 cents pushed it up to a little bit at 34 cents because I took out the liquidity. But that overall actually did bring this line up to 40 cents, and I could have exited at 40 cents had I wanted to later on. But I was not at home. I was away. I was away from my desk, so I wasn't able to actually hit the sell button on this one. But what was interesting to see is how accurate market priced in what this event would have been. It was indeed a marketing event, and they priced in an 83% probability. But had you not known this information, how easily it could have been a trap into thinking that he was going to announce a retirement on October 7th, which was Tuesday, or how easily it could have been a trap into thinking after doing some research, right? I went into perplexity. And I asked, hey, how many years has LeBron been in? It said 22 years. This would be his 23rd year. When does his Lakers contract end? His Lakers contract ends this year. I'm going, oh, this is almost a no-brainer, and seems like there's free money over here. Sometimes you get it wrong, sometimes you get it right, and that's the point of prediction markets, right? The key word over there, prediction. You're basically pricing yourself in a way to find if your prediction, your opinion can give you a little payout over there, especially for someone like me who ends up having a lot of opinions, but in the tech sector, what company I think is good and not good in the tech sector most of the time. You guys have seen me do that on the Trader TV live days, even over here on this stream over here. So if you have such opinions, or even if you have the access to trade, the ability to trade news cycles, this is by far one of the best way to go out there and trade a news cycle. I mean, I haven't seen something that will give you an opportunity to trade news as much as Polymarket does, or prediction markets do, compared to the stock market. Yeah, stock market gives you those news cycle moves pre-market, those news cycle moves sometimes on Tesla or Nvidia intraday, but it's not every single day that you see something like this taking place. Right now on Polymarket, there's actually a completely new type of markets coming out. As I mentioned earlier, it's called the mention market, which is basically you're placing down a bet on how many times Trump would say a certain word, or will he even say that word to begin with. So for example, will Trump say during the meeting with the Finland president, will he say the word nuclear? People are saying it's a 53% probability that he'll say nuclear. However, there wasn't much volume traded on that. You can see how there's like $4,000 traded over here on him saying potentially Finland, or saying Canada 15 times, and people are saying, yeah, there's a 45% probability he ends up saying that, which is less than 50%. So if you think that he doesn't say that, you can buy it for 56 cents on the dollar. Or what you can do on the other side is actually listen to this conference live, pay attention to what he's saying. You can do the math yourself, count it down yourself. You can use transcription tools to transcribe the stream for you, or the event for you. You can later on use YouTube transcript to see if he did say thank you 8 times or not, and maybe, you know, some people thought that he only said it 7 times, so they bought it up, yes. But when you did it, when you went and you checked and you counted that he said it more than 8 times, you go and quickly buy up the other side, and then you end up making money. So there's like little opportunities here and there for you to take advantage in. You know, like, why would he say Jared Kushner in a meeting with Finland? That just doesn't make sense. So it looks like the market's pricing this in appropriately. And even now, if you want to buy this for 76 cents, that doesn't seem too bad. I'm pretty sure the spread is kind of ugly. That's actually not a bad spread, 11-cent spread, but liquidity is shit. You know, buying this at 76 cents, looking for that move into 100 cents because you think that he won't say Jared or he won't say Kushner. Maybe the president's name in Finland is Jared, so maybe you want to be careful. You know, that's a little the research that you have to do. What are the chances that the media baits Trump into talking about the current US shutdown that's going on? A pretty high chance that they talk about it because the shutdown's been going on a little bit longer than expected. So if you think that the media is going to bait Trump into saying shutdown and trap him into well, they're not gonna do it on purpose because they got money on Polymarket or anything, but they're gonna do it because they need it for their headlines. They're gonna do it because they gotta make those clicks show up on their platform. So if they say shutdown, there's chances that Trump says shutdown, and if you believe in that theory, you can buy it for 67 cents on the dollar. So these type of opportunities are really opening up. Right now, there's not a lot of volume in here, but you can see how today's mentioned market where Trump was meeting Carney did end up doing quite a bit of volume, $200,000 in volume almost. Some of these markets are still open, so what you can basically do is go find out how many times did he say Biden, did he say Joe, or did he say Biden at least 5 times. Right now looks like a lot of people have done the research already, and he did not say that at all. So you can go and buy this for 99.9 cents and make 1 free cent per dollar that you spend. The risk to reward is horrible, but you know, there's an opportunity over there for you to make free money if you're interested. And so on. So a lot of these markets, these are just mentioned markets at the moment. If you go outside of mentioned markets, there's politics, there's crypto, there's earnings for stock market. For example, today there's a stock that reported earnings, PENG. The market already priced in an 80% probability that they're going to report a positive earnings report. In fact, any time that they that non-believers came in and pushed the position to the downside, you can see how buyers came right back in. You can even apply basic math, or not math, sorry, basic chart analysis to something like that. So let's go over here, open up the chart real quick. So what I mean by basic chart analysis is, you know, just look at that. You're just trying to study the buyer. A buyer came in, bought up the stock, went sideways. Some sellers came in, or maybe the buyer took profits. I'm gonna say the chances are that some sellers came in, and the good thing about prediction markets is everything is trackable. So you can quickly go down over here, check out the most recent trades, find out exactly what happened at that moment. Was there a sell-off because the buyer who bought it originally took profits, or was there a sell-off because the new seller came in, and then later on was there a new influx of buyers, or was it the same buyer who bought this back up? What happened over here? New profit takers, or new short sellers, or previous short sellers coming back in, and then another new rise up over here, and then a resolution around 100 cents. And you can see how basic chart mechanics, meaning higher low, higher low, higher low, showing you a upper trend. Even though the volume's low, sometimes these patterns show up even in prediction markets, which is just the start. We are just at the beginning. Once volume, you know, picks up, and let's actually go to a market that has millions of dollars instead. Let's go to liquidity. So here's actually a couple markets that have, oh yeah, New York mayoral election. Look at that, $131 million being traded on this platform at the moment. Let's pull up some charts from this. Okay, so let's pull up some charts from this. Look at that, a little bit more clean, and you can actually analyze this chart. Isn't that basically a support breakdown? There was support at around 1 cent, sadly, but that's basically a support breakdown over there and pushing the market lower. Actually, let's get rid of Eric Adams because this is not gonna have as much liquidity as Zoran. Let's go to Zoran. You can see how on the 1 month chart, again, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher high, higher high. Anytime it dips, buyers coming back in and buying it back up. In fact, there was supposed to be some sort of insider in this market, if I remember correctly, but just simple patterns that you could have used in day trading, simply playing out over here too. If you just look at the line chart, that is a nice breakout of all-time high at 82 cents. Had you gone long at 82 cents and put a stop below 80 cents, sadly, there is no system to put a stop, so you have to watch the positions yourself and watch the market and be ready to punch out. That's a goal of mine eventually, to vibe code a platform that is very similar to my trading platform, where you just type in you know, maybe possibly a URL. How does the URL go over here for Polymarket? Yeah, so you can see how that ID over there, possibly the last 4 digits of an ID for a market, that pulls up the market for you. Or maybe you can even just type this or something and it pulls up the market for you, and then instantly you have a better chart, because these charts kind of suck in my opinion. Actually, they're not bad, but you know, better charts, a good order book, a good buy-sell option, but more importantly, better routing options, a stop limit entry, a stop limit exit. And then, if I do manage to make a platform like this, take that to a prop firm and be like, yo, let's onboard people to prop firm trade Polymarket, because that would be an absolute next way to boost Polymarket. That would be insane. Maybe I need to hire some coders first, some programmers, start with the vibe code session and then go into programmers and so on. I don't know. I do have a lot of time on my hand, so you know, there's something that I could do. That's a project that I could dive into to look into. What does this say? What is 400? Rewards amount 400. Oh, rewards is also a cool thing about Polymarket. So prediction markets need liquidity. So what they offer you is they offer you rewards to market make. So if you are thinning the spread and are actually helping the market by providing liquidity, that means you're either providing you know, an order on the bid or on the offer, and you're helping the spread get thinner, and you're offering with a lot of money, you're offering with a lot of size, or you're bidding with a lot of size. Either or, you're bid or offering, that ends up qualifying for a reward pool, because you're helping Polymarket be liquid. You're allowing people to trade. So there's incentives to market make. Not only do you now get to make money market making, you also get paid for market making. That's an awesome incentive. Along with that, on Polymarket, there's another reward system. I'm trying to remember what that is at the moment. There's the market making reward system, and the other reward system was, damn, I'm actually drawing blank right now. So maybe hold up, give me a second. What was the other one? Oh, the other one is over time based. So actually, there are some Polymarket markets that are really long, right? For example, who will win the 2028 the presidential election of the 2028 market? That's a pretty long market. And if you put your money in this market, you better expect that your money is going to get tied up in here for a very long time, because this is not going to resolve until 2028. Even then, You have $38 million traded in this market. Why is that? That's because this market offers you, along with there's a bunch of other markets that do the same, this market offers you 4% APY. For the amount of money that you park in this, let's say if you believe JD Vance is going to win 2028, you can buy him for 20 cents on the dollar. Along with that, you get to collect 4% APY interest, which is, I believe, is get paid out on the month end or on the day end. So you don't even have to wait for the end of the year for 4% APY. You just sit there in these markets and just collect 4% APY. It's a high interest savings account. And with the amount of liquidity there is, you can technically get out on the bid if you want at any time you want, right? And going into 2008, this is only going to go higher because JD Vance most likely will be at a 50%. So you can buy him at 28, sell him at 50, and on the way, collect 4% interest while you're doing it. And high interest savings account. Like it is a joke at the moment, and honestly, all of these incentives are not going to be there for too long because Polymarket is going mainstream, right? Polymarket is going mainstream. Now you're getting the NYSE market investing in them, and you know how the stock market is. They are sharks. They are, as any brokerage should be, they want to make every single dollar that they can out of your bucket. If you're making $1, we want to make $1 out of your dollar. That's right. That's not 50 cents out of your dollar. They want to make $1 off of your dollar. And if you're losing $1, they want to make $1 off you losing $1 too. So these brokers are absolute sharks. And with NYSE investing in Polymarket, it's only time that Polymarket starts charging you fees, or there's some sort of a monthly subscription plan that offers you more markets, whereas the non-subscription plan doesn't offer you as many markets. Somehow they got to figure out a way to make money, because right now they don't make a lot of money. I don't know how they make money, but they're not making a lot of money. They're running for free. They are basically, investor funded. They're VC funded, and they got deep pockets. They got $2 billion more in their pockets now. So they got deep pockets to run this mission. It's been an absolute pleasure playing with this playground for the last few weeks. And I'm telling you, baby, if you guys are not paying attention to this, you're missing out. This is like kind of what AI was at the turn. I'm not saying it's as big as AI, but it is in that same, turning point for the financial realm, for the financial markets. If you are a trader of any sorts, futures, stocks, forex, crypto, and you're not watching Polymarket, you're falling behind. That's just the truth at this point. So start watching it, start looking at all of these things. You don't have to trade it, right? I'm not telling you to go trade it. I'm not telling you to go put your money in and figure out how to do what I'm trying to do. But at the very least, go look at how these markets move. Go look at how these opportunities set up. Figure out what this even means. Like, what does this impact to the stock market? Probably nothing. But I'm learning a lot about how to trade the stock market better just by watching these bid and asks move. And in fact, it's helping me become a better scalper. It's helping me become a better trader. It's making me be more selective on the markets I want to play in, because there's a million markets, right? There's a market for temperature. I sit indoors all day. What do I know about temperature other than the four walls inside my room? I sit indoors. Maybe I go play with my dog outside a little bit, and I go, oh, it's really hot. My dog doesn't get a walk until 8 o'clock at night. So I come back inside. So what do I know about temperature? Nothing. So guess what? I'm not going to go out there and try to make predictions on is September the hottest temperature or the second hottest temperature, or what percentage of a temperature is going to increase or decrease. No, I'm just gonna stay away. I don't know what to do in this. Instead, I'll go play the mentions, which is something that I've tried to do recently, and I've found a little bit of a luck in this, especially this October 6th Taylor Swift market. This one I tried today a little bit, but I was preloaded into that one, so I lost that one. Obviously, the sports one have been a little too enticing. You try not to get sucked into the sports one, or even more this crypto one, because this crypto one is pure gambling in my opinion. You're basically betting on if the price of this crypto market, I don't even know where they're getting this price from, but will the price of this crypto market in the next minute and a half close above or below the target? Clearly it's above it for now, but you can see how as the price is getting lower and lower and lower, and the time is getting also lower at the same time, people are now offloading their bet. Your up is now 54. Oh, the drop below the target. You can see how the book is moving really quickly. The bids dropped very quick. Bids just went from 60 cents to 11 cents. That's probably because people are offloading their position if they were long. The target is still very close. If you believe that this downtrend over here is done and we're gonna push back in the next 40 seconds, you can buy $1 for 9 cents at the moment. But as you can see, the down was 40 cents, and people quickly started absorbing the down area and they pushed it lower. Honestly, guys, if you ask me, this is pure gambling. Like, this is not something that you want to partake in if you actually want to make money in prediction markets for the long run. And if you want to do something like this, go do it on the crypto markets directly. You can do it with leverage. You can do it with more size, and you'll make more money because you're not limited to only making $1 per share. You can make way more than $1 per share if you're in the right trend, if you're in the right side. You can also exit better on this on the crypto market. It's going to be better liquidity. So I'm going to urge you to stay away from this side. The earnings one is very interesting because obviously we're in the stock markets ourselves. So if you are in the stock market, watching this earnings one is a no-brainer. You can see how some of the stocks that are reporting this week, such as Delta Airlines, is currently expected to beat its EPS by 86%. Helen of Troy is currently only expected to beat by 26%. That one is getting beat down. Maybe some insider movement coming into play. You can see how originally it was at 50%. This one traded $41,000. That's actually that's decent volume. And if you look at the stock's all-time chart, you can see how around 40 cents was basically a support. And if you just waited and waited for the 40-cent breakdown, you would have gotten short 40 cents on the breakdown, and you would have been basically able to ride this down to 20 cents where it double bottomed at, and it's bouncing. So now it's creating a range between 20 cents and 30 cents. Basically a 20% probability to 30% probability that Helen of Troy will beat its earnings report, and you can now take this information and do with it as you please. But take this information and maybe it helps you construct a trade in the stock market. Oh, people are expecting Helen of Troy is going to go down. $41,000 for a stock market prediction is actually quite a bit, because if you go out there and go through some of the other ones, you'll see they have little to no volume traded. Some of these ones are very, very new, so little to no volume traded. Maybe Pepsi has some volume traded. Look at that. Pepsi has less volume than Helen of Troy. That's strange. What's going on over there? And Penguin, which traded today, has even less volume than Helen of Troy. So that makes me really wonder, okay, is there an insider going on over here? Let me quickly go filter the activity for $1,000. Oh, look at that. This person bought no at 50 cents, 20,000 shares. They bought 20,000 shares twice at 50 cents per share. Oh, sorry, no, they bought and then they sold. Ooh, so this person got out for break even. So that's the biggest trade for that. There's no trade above that. Is there anything in the $100? I guess that moved it. This person bought it for this person's down $9,000 right now. Yikes. up $2,000. Bewitched Dough only up $26. So I'm not really seeing anything that kind of makes me scream that, ooh, there's an insider here. Because if you're scanning for activity, you can see how the one person who did throw down a lot of money quickly got out of their trade, and they're actually down quite a bit. So that's not insider activity. Maybe people just think Helen of Troy will miss their earnings report. Now you go down and you read the rules over here. What does the rules say? The rules are now saying that they're looking for the non-GAAP of 52 cents per share. Let's go to our other trusty tool over here, Perplexity Finance. Type in HELE. Type in HELE. Helen of Troy shows you have to look at the activity, since the total can be deceiving. Yeah, you have to look at the activity. You might believe in it completely different. Helen of Troy, they're expecting 54 cents over here. Is that what we saw? We were 52 cents, 54 cents, pretty much in line. Yeah, I'm not seeing why they're coming in and they're expecting such a big miss on Helen of Troy. So maybe there's an opportunity for us to snipe the yes when the earnings report comes out. Earnings report comes out pre-market Thursday on the 9th. Possibly at 5 a.m. in the morning, who knows. So I'm gonna have to wake up, be ready to see if they report 52 cents or higher, and if they report higher than 52 cents, I'm gonna try and smash the long back through 30 cents, back through 40 cents. And the fact that there's enough liquidity over here makes me very happy. Well, I shouldn't say liquidity, this is volume. The liquidity on this stock is probably a little bit different. Let's go check what the liquidity is. HELE. What's the liquidity like? That's the reward. Where do we see the liquidity again? 12 cent spread? No, 1 cent spread. What is this? Was that the recent trade? I don't even know what that is. I'm guessing that's the most recent trade. No, these are the recent trades. Analytics. Holders. According to statistics, yes, holders are in strength because they have... Why are they in strength? Cash balance. Oh, okay. Gotcha. 5 of them are profitable by more than $10,000. Whereas 0 on the no side are profitable more than $10,000. Now that is an edge in itself. This shows me that there's more idiots on the no side who are holding the position. More gamblers on the no side that are holding the position than on the yes side. The yes side is technically stronger on the prediction markets. And then you can scan the recent trades and you can get more analytics. You can go through the comments if anyone in the comments feels like they want to explain their side of the trade. So it's just, this unlocks the stock market to a whole new level. And honestly, doesn't the stock market want to now be tokenized? If NYSE starts to play with prediction tools the way I'm playing with prediction tools, they're gonna eventually be like, yeah, this is actually the route to go. This is the best way, because then we can see who is holding short, how much synthetic shorts do we have, who is bullshitting who has who is a scammer, who is the Chinese pumper from China pumping the stock. All this information will be just completely blatantly in front of your face. Obviously, you can make fake accounts and new accounts and so on, and new MetaMasks. But I'm just in love with what's going on with prediction markets, and I'm a late adopter. Okay, I'm a late adopter. There's people who's been in here since COVID and have been absolutely making the killing. I'm a very late adopter, and I'm falling in love with what I'm seeing. And I honestly urge you guys. I spent like 30 minutes of this stream today so far talking about these markets. I urge you guys big time. to take a look at these markets. I mean, look at this, right? Sleeping overnight, waking up to making profits. Come on. What more do you want from it? What more do you want? I can't speak enough good things. Ooh, this person is down $445,000, whereas this person's up $477,000. So I mean, ooh, this person's actually saying no ceasefire, and they are supposed to be the GOAT in political prediction markets. So you know, if this person's on the other side, maybe I need to be a little careful. They're already making a killing. You can see how they're up quite a bit on all of their positions over here so far. One of the GOATs, apparently, from some of the Discord conversations that I've seen in prediction markets. Amazing. Also, something very cool that I want to mention. One of Trader TV Live viewers back in the day, not somebody who used to view me, because they used to view more Sean and Neil. I understand, but this person recognized me in Discord and they went, "Oh, aren't you the guy who works at Trader TV Live? What a small world, chat." Even on Polymarket, I'm meeting people who recognize me from my Trader TV Live days. So you know, just this awesome platform overall. Again, highly urge you guys to start checking it out more. Not telling you to put money in and trade on it, just urging you to play with it. Start playing with it. It doesn't hurt. Okay, let's talk about some stocks on the market today. Don't really have too much to talk about. If I remember correctly, the earnings calendar, I mean, we looked at the earnings calendar. The earnings calendar was pretty dead. Where is it? Pretty dead. Saratoga, is that the same company that creates Saratoga water? Pretty dead earnings calendar. Not interested in anything tomorrow either. But Thursday pre-market, those are some names, hot names over there for us to talk about. IPO calendar for Thursday is also hot, so we'll talk about that tomorrow. Make sure you tune in tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. for you know, the watch list. Besides that, the usual suspects, ladies and gentlemen. PayPal made a nice bump up today. Bump it! We talked about PayPal yesterday quite a bit. PayPal making a nice run up above the 200-day moving average now. Buying it on the dips is perfect. So hopefully you guys waited, bought it on the dips right into the 200-day moving average around 73, around 74, and were able to capitalize. I think PayPal has a lot more room to the upside. However, my PayPal got hacked. I don't know what happened, but somehow my PayPal got hacked, and I think sorry, I saw a message. Somehow my PayPal got hacked, and somehow $1,800 from my bank account got transferred to my PayPal account, which is en route. I called PayPal. They saw the transactions. I called my bank account. They don't see the transactions. I don't know what's going on, really. So PayPal, I honestly think there could be a bug that's going on where, because at the same time where the transactions got the timestamp, at that very same time, I actually purchased some food with my phone. So I tap my phone, credit card on my phone, and then, the debit card on my phone. But, I'm thinking Google Wallet is tied with PayPal now, and potentially some bug between Google Wallet and PayPal caused the error where it fired off transactions of pulling money from my bank account into my PayPal account. I don't know what's going on. I'll have to figure this out. I think someone hacked me. If you hack me, return my money. I gotta feed my dog, okay? Anyways, jokes aside, very good move on PayPal today. Palantir, the stock that looked horrible a couple days ago, again, looks great, right? Undercut and rally, move back above the 9-day, back above the 21-day, and eventually the 190 breakout is going to be monstrous. Look at some good sideways action on Palantir. RGTI, IonQ, these stocks are still going parabolic. They looked like they were gonna sell off at one point in the day, but then they bounced right back up. And you know, any of the short sellers who were getting happy, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Investors Underground. I remember him tweeting the balloons being popped, him getting very happy about a potential halt down and a big destruction in the ion Q and the quantum names, but sadly that didn't play out for his dreams and his hopes. I think there's still a lot more room upside over here. These are just getting started to go parabolic. If you compare charts, there's actually someone who posted this chart. I'm trying to remember the username. I think it's Bracco. Bracco posted a chart comparing RGTI to NVAX to RGTI. Doesn't that look picture perfect to you? So I think, I guess maybe, okay, it is, maybe tomorrow will be the day one. Okay, maybe tomorrow's day one, but that's basically identical charts. Look at that. Breaking out a 10,000% move since the breakout. Really? That's not real. 10,000% move? Anyways, you know, breaking out, getting that extended move in the 2-3 days time span, going multiple ATRs in a very limited time span, and going into that extended, even the hammer candle, not necessarily that, is that a hammer candle, consider a hammer candle, even that candle looks similar to that. So what are you looking for tomorrow? If the stock is able to get below today's low and start to look weak below today's low, you're looking for some downside over there. If you guys have watched my streams way back in the day, we used to do some research about IPO companies, about how legit a company that's IPOing is and how not legit a company that's IPOing is by looking up their offices and their locations. And if you actually go and do that for RGTI, this is RGTI's location. You're telling me a multi-billion-dollar, what's RGTI's evaluation? Market cap $14 billion company is in this small of a building with their logo written in paint or stickers. Like, even their CEO has said that it's a school project. It's a high school project, okay? Ooh, she's cute. Friday night, man, this guy just keeps posting Coomer pictures. See, this guy needs to stop. Wait, tell me again how you got your Polymarket badge. I need my Polymarket badge. One day, I'm gonna get my Polymarket badge. I'm so close. I'm gonna get it. Eventually, I'm gonna get it. Come on, give me my badge, Polymarket. Anyways, where was I? This girl completely distracted me. Quantum. So quantum stocks are a complete joke, no doubt about that. But wait for the first red day to come in, right? They haven't set up yet. For Ion Q, there was a first red day over here, and then the trajectory started kicking back up north. For RGTI, you had a very clean support at 28.80 that I was waiting for a breakdown of. That never played out, and now you're getting a bigger move over here. So once again, this looks like 10,000% move. Anyways, that looks very much like an NVAX, so potential downside incoming very soon on these ridiculously explosive quantum names. Some of the other stocks that I'm always watching, the drone sector, a little pullback on UMAC today. ACHR, is it above 14 still? Looks like that completely pulled back. Yesterday after hours it was above 14, but you can see how today throughout the day it never got above 14, and actually after hours right now a little bit more pullback, all the way potentially even to the 9-day tomorrow on ACHR. Another reject above $14 on ACHR. RCAT also pulling back along with the other drone stocks. Actually still green on the day, but pulling back nevertheless. I guess, you know, that makes me happy holding UMAC because it didn't really die off the way ACHR did. Yesterday I was complaining about ACHR going up and UMAC not going up, but today I'm on the opposite side, and I'll be happy with that one. This stock is actually about to get to break even for me. I've had this stock at $2 for 5 years now, and it's about to get to break even. Well, not yet. I'm only down 50%, so we'll see if it can get back to break even. Oh man, what a stock. What a name. Let's keep going down my watch list over here, see if we can spot any names that are forgotten. Tempest, I was about to call it Timu. Tempest AI, right back into the $100 area, right back into the all-time high after bouncing from the earnings VWAP. And actually, this earnings VWAP has been so important ever since the most recent earnings call on this stock. If you look at other indicators such as the 9-day, the 21-day, it's been a lot of chop back and forth and volatility that you had to bear through if you were long this name. And I know that because I was long this name. But one thing that stands out is every time the stock pushes into the earnings VWAP, it never actually successfully closes below it. It manages to close around it or above it. So that's a very, very good indication to keep an eye out. The next time the stock dips into the earnings VWAP, look to see if there's any holding pattern that you can get into and then risk that holding pattern low as your support. Nice little holding pattern here, nice little holding pattern here, and then bouncing right back up to the north side. A little bit of a missed train right now, I guess you could say, on Tempest AI, as it is moving back to all-time high. Couple other names over here potentially worth keeping an eye on. HIMS, that is a very good setup over here above its earnings VWAP. Every time HIMS pushes into the 21-day, it manages to bounce one way or the other. I don't understand the stock, man. I guess I just gotta stop hating on it, right? So if you bought the 200-day moving average over here, you're laughing right now. Look to buy the dips into $52 or take the breakout of 60. I'm hearing a lot of chatter about potential market stalling and market cool off coming into play. If that's true, then obviously you don't want to be taking a breakout entry, but HIMS stands out a little bit for the swing trade account for those of you who are interested. I don't have a watch list at all. I'm not really day trading at the moment, so I'm not really interested in creating a day trading watch list. But we'll talk about a few stocks that could be interesting for the swing. So HIMS, we're looking at the 60-50 area as the resistance. And for the support, I'm basically looking for the 52.50 area to see if we can get some dip buy opportunities on this bad boy. Continuing down, I already told you about the ION Qs and the RGTIs. These are your day trade baskets. QUBT, QBTS. If you were swinging them, shout out to you. You're in the money. But if you're not swinging them, you're too late. You can't join the party now. They're kind of too far, too gone for you. Now you just have to wait for a better setup to show up. There was a setup on the dip, but there is no setup at the moment for the longs, in my opinion. The setups are now more for the shorts. IBM announced a partnership. I can't remember what the partnership was, but announced some sort of a partnership. Oh, with Anthropic, with another AI company. They pushed into all-time high. Shout out to IBM over there. Continuing down my watch list, let's see robotics. RR still continuing its ascent. I took profits on RR. I actually took a lot of profits on RR today because Jack Kellogg, who's the person who started this whole train ride, closed this position and made almost $3 million. So shout out to him. He started the long somewhere here and basically closing at $7, making $2-3 million on that trade. I basically made a fraction of that, but I'm very happy that I got to make the money that I did on this name. So shout out to Jack Kellogg over there. RR, there could be more upside, so I did leave some shares in my account. We'll see if we can trail it to the moving averages and they give us some opportunities somewhere down the road, either a pullback or something. But right now, there's nothing really over there to play with. OUST, someone wanted me to take a look at OUST. Someone in my Discord chats wanted me to take a look at OUST. I guess, you know, support at 26, breakout above 36, but I'm not really too interested in these health tech names. Oh, it's a semiconductor name. Okay, never mind. I thought it was a health tech name. It's a robotic name. It's a semiconductor name. And if that's the case, then yeah, potentially worth keeping an eye on. Wow, absolutely destroyed from its IPO ranges though, and then did a reverse split, I'm guessing a 1:10 split, and now surviving, not doing too bad. I'm not really seeing anything too extraordinary standing out about that name. China, anything going on in China? I actually closed my BABA position completely today. BABA pulling back to the 9-day moving average. JD having some turbulence. Ooh, look at me using big word. Having some turbulence around the 200-day moving average. Pinduoduo finally pushing into the third trend line on my chart. I was waiting for the trend line to update. Finally pushing into the third trend line, and let's see if we get some sideways over here, and then a potential breakout, some support in front of 130, and then a breakout above 135. Could be something to keep an eye on the Chinese sector over here on Pinduoduo PDD. FUTU showing some support at the 50-day moving average. TIGR, I'm gonna ignore that one. Baidu, man, what a miss. What a miss. I should have had this at 90 bucks. Absolute donkey. I'm the donkey. PL still continuing its ascent. Black Sky, yes, I got it right this time. Black Sky, Rocket Lab, these stocks are still going. So as I was complaining, or not complaining, ranting to you guys yesterday about finding new sectors to put your money in, you know, it's not that hard. Just find new sectors to park your money. SoFi is again much higher than where I closed my position. SoFi is gonna end up going into, like, you know, that crazy price where Palantir is, and I'm gonna end up in the same boat where I had Palantir at the low prices and I closed for nothing, and then I had SoFi at the low prices and I closed for nothing. So SoFi, shout out to you. Also, look at how clean it's holding the earnings anchored VWAP at the moment. SoFi looking really good. We already talked about PayPal. PayPal, as long as it keeps showing support above the you know, today's low, I think that's continue looking for a long over there. Airline sector reporting earnings very soon, so keep an eye out for that one. OKLO struggling a little bit. NNE broke all-time high recently and continuing to go up. NNE at the moment, very, very similar to the RGTI chart if you ask me. So potentially a short setting up on NNE, especially if OKLO is weak tomorrow. So keep an eye on that one also. Trying to scan to see if there's any exceptional stock that really stands out. SPRB, was it SPRB? Yes, SPRB. And I'm gonna make a new ad section. Pharma Bro and QURE, because these are the two names he called out. Look at that, bounce right off of the 9-day moving average and right back to the upside. SPRB, where is this one? Pulling back a little bit, still up 40% on the day, but wow, starting at 200 bucks to the north side and then pulling back. Whenever this pulls back, I'm interested to see if there's a long opportunity on this one. QURE already looking good. Nice little flag over here. If QURE starts breaking out back above $60, that's your trigger to start looking long over there too. And I would say anywhere from 54 to 51 is your support. And then this sideways box range is your opportunity to look for a breakout. The longer it trades sideways, the better the breakout. Well, not necessarily, but you know, the bigger the base, the higher in space, but you guys get the idea. QURE, we'll add that to the watch list. MSTR, wait, I thought MSTR really got slammed today. Oh, there you go. So what the hell is that? What the hell was that? Oh, that's right. This is the boats market. Hee hee. Okay, let's close that one. MSTR really got slammed today. 8.7% to the downside, right off the 200-day moving average. I'm pretty sure Bitcoin didn't take as big of a beating today, did it? But clearly, where is it? Where's my cryptocurrency basket? But clearly, 1% down over there, Ethereum down 3%, Coinbase only down 2%, Hood up 0% or 0.5% overall, Riot flat, Mara down 1.5%, Hut up almost 1%, but here's MSTR down 8%. So you can see that this is like divergence. You're getting some big weakness in MSTR compared to what it used to be. Before, it was moving in lock and step with Bitcoin, but no longer is it doing the same thing. So if you are holding MSTR for possible exposure to Bitcoin, in my opinion, guys, and I've been saying this for a very long time, there's better ways to put money in the market to expose yourself to Bitcoin and not have to do it through MicroStrategy. If you do it through MicroStrategy, it's only going to dilute your shares, make your shares in the stock worth less, so he can use that money to go buy more Bitcoin. Useless. Why don't you take that money, put it in IBIT, which actually tracks Bitcoin directly, right? So it's just way better ways to put your money to work for you if you want to put it in Bitcoin. You can also directly go buy Bitcoin for yourself, right? But if you don't want to learn how to do that or manage Bitcoin and so on, you can go buy IBIT. It's the exact same mechanic as every single stock out there, which you probably already know how to do. So just the alternative compared to MSTR, and you don't have to see such big of a dagger candle when Bitcoin barely even moves down on the day. Okay. Some weakness in the tech stock across the board. Mag 7 is overall red. Tesla pretty red on the day, closing on the low end. Microsoft, Google, all red, everything except for Amazon. Could be signs of potential slowing down in the market, but at the same time, I want to keep repeating that when the semiconductor markets are all-time high, when the financial markets are all-time high, these are not times to be crying about tops in the market. Let the market show you a top itself, and then we'll position for it. At the moment, I think there's a little bit more room for the bubble to be popped. Potentially the bubble gets popped tomorrow. In terms of the bubble, I'm saying quantum names, right? The quantum bubble starts popping tomorrow, and they start seeing some destruction, and then after the quantum bubble pops, some other bubbles pop, such as the robotic bubble or the nuclear bubble, and then this bubble, and then that bubble. So it could be a domino effect to the downside, as it has been a domino effect to the upside. But just let it show itself, right? Let the first few dominoes fall. You don't have to pay $5 every time to be the first one to kick the domino, and then you see the third domino fall, but not all of them go down, and then you're stuck. You're not having fun playing domino fall anymore, right? Is that even what it's called? Domino fall? And then you gotta, reposition that domino, reposition yourself into the platform, into the money. Wait for the third domino to fall, then start clapping. Third domino fell. Now it's time to party, and now you start seeing the rest of them potentially start falling too, right? So just a little idea over there on the stock market. Prediction markets, we can go right back to prediction markets if you guys want, but I'm sure you guys are not here to listen about that one. Let me see if there's any other stocks that we can potentially talk about. I think when it comes to the Mag 7 right now, there's no real clean setup for us to be involved in. It's just brainless. It's pointless to even look for a setup over here. That being said, there's two that absolutely stand out for me right away as I look at it. The first one is Amazon. Amazon holding very well above the 200-day moving average. Looks exactly like SMCI did back in, I want to say a few months ago. I can't remember exactly what month it was. Looks exactly like that, where it pulls back has a couple weeks of sideways above it. You have a support at 216. You have a resistance at 224. Once we start trading above this resistance area and look strong above it, that's going to easily take us back into this resistance pocket and then maybe even to an all-time high. So Amazon stands out, and then the other no-brainer setup that's been, you know, patiently everyone's been waiting for out there. It's the Apple all-time high break. Whenever Apple breaks all-time high, this is going to be a monumental setup to be partaking in. So be ready for this all-time high break. And is Apple as big as Microsoft now? 3.89 Microsoft, Apple is 3.81, whereas Nvidia is 4.5. The reason why I'm doing that research is because if you go to Polymarket, anyways, here we go. If you go to Polymarket, there's a way to now, you know, place yourself for that. What will be the second largest company at the end of October? At the current rate, if Apple breaks all-time high and you know, goes on a generational run above all-time high, there's way more than a 22% chance that Apple is the second largest company in by October. So I can buy 24 cents on the dollar. But if the market goes down, the chances of this actually playing out are a lot lower, right? So that means Apple potentially will go down. Microsoft potentially goes down along with Apple, and the ratios will be the same. That means you can buy Microsoft for 70 cents on the dollar, right? So directly correlates with the stock market. Things like these will be intercompatible. Is that the right word to even use? There'll be compatibility between both of these markets, prediction markets and the stock markets. I mean, there's already one way that I've showed you through earnings. There's another way through crypto market, which you can do through the dailies and the weeklies and the monthlies, which in my opinion is not as much gambling as the hourlies and the 15 minutes. But you guys are starting to see the idea out there for the compatibility over here across the board. Here's a quick little look at the ETFs today. For the most part, the major ETFs are red. Banking ETF green. XLE, XBI, XLF basically most of them were break even. Quantum red, XLK red, XLY. A couple of them over here, TLT, gold on a monumental run at the moment. Generational run. Gold is on the way to $4,000. And in fact, again, what is this? Will gold price close at the higher strike? So if you think gold closes above $4,000 in 2025, you can buy it for 70 cents on the dollar. But I don't think gold closes above 4,000 in 2025. So if you're like me, you can buy no for 31 cents on the dollar. And the longer now gold spends below 4,000 going into 2025, this will only start appreciating in money. And you can see how that has the most volume traded at the moment, naturally, because gold closer to that price point, right? So actually, this traded quite a bit. The no on this is trading quite a bit because obviously it's not going to close below 32,000 at this moment unless we go into a big bear market, right? So people are buying up the no because it's free money. Even if you buy no at 95 cents on the dollar, you're getting free 5% return. Polymarket, chat. Polymarket. That's the beauty about this. This is only gonna keep getting better and better and better. Enough about Polymarket, enough about stock market. there aren't really much things out there other than the quantum names and the robotic names, in my opinion, that are moving around. It's the same 4 or 5 stocks that are on watch every single day. Quickly, I want to not forget about AMD because that was a monster move yesterday. What did I tell you about AMD? I don't think AMD goes below 200 tomorrow, so I was right. But what was important to keep an eye out for is how does it trade at the midpoint area, and you can see it clearly struggled to stay above the midpoint, so it stayed below the midpoint going on throughout for the rest of the day. So that is probably the scenario. I am now expecting this happening on AMD, which means you're gonna possibly see 215 area as a possible barrier for the next few days, maybe even a little bit above 215 into 219, 220, which was today's high. Some sideways action, a little bit more tests of the 200 area to see if buyers are stepping up above 200, and then maybe a gap close, or maybe we're gonna wait for the moving averages to catch up and then take it back higher. Oracle again down to the south side, giving you that gap close that I was talking about. I talked about the gap close over here, and it's been playing out perfectly since then, right? So AMD not exactly picture perfectly in the same situation, but very close in the same situation, and also very close in the same situation in the sense that they are going up in the same news catalyst cycle, which is the AI, open AI, money being taken from here and thrown into here news cycle. So you know, I'm not sure how much strength it will have over here in this area, but that's for time to tell us, not for me to predict. All right, prediction is for Polymarket. On the stock market, we try to create a theory and trade around it. In fact, when it comes to prediction market, Polymarket, you know, that's also what you have to do. When it came to that LeBron bet I was talking about, I'm actually creating a theory. I'm doing some research, and then I'm making the bet around the theory and around the research. When I'm making a bet like this, will Taylor Swift say Sabrina Carpenter? I'm actually listening to the event. I sat there watching the event yesterday for the first time in my life. I've never seen a live Jimmy Fallon event on TV, sorry. But yesterday I sat there, watched the whole Jimmy Fallon event, and I gotta say, Taylor Swift is kind of cute. I've never actually spent the time to listen to her music fully, or like watch her music videos, or like listen to her interviews. She's got a cute personality, I'll give her that. You know, watching that interview, trying to see what words she will say, what words she won't say, and then quickly placing bets on that. And just by doing that, I made like $17 overnight. You know, that was a good opportunity over there. So looking for more money making opportunity like that. Trump recently said he's gonna look into pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell, and as soon as he sent that tweet, this market moved from 14 cents to 23 cents. Right, a good 10% move over there. So it's just like money is out there if you want to start looking for it. No, he didn't. What do you mean he didn't? He tweeted it out. He put it on social media. Was it on Truth Social? I think he said on Truth Social that he was gonna look into pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell, or should I say Ghislaine Maxwell? Anyways, chat. That's enough stock market talk and enough Polymarket talk. I'm very hungry, and also my niece is home, so I'm gonna go play with my niece a little bit. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the final stream of the week. No, tomorrow's only Wednesday, so I'll catch you tomorrow, same time, same place, to talk about the IPOs that are happening on Thursday. So go make some money, go make some paper. Tune into your boy TraderPrad Monday to Thursday, 4:30 p.m. Go get that W's, baby. Go make that money. Bye-bye.
Playbooks, monster moves on the QQQ, monster moves on Nvidia and other positions too, all across the board. Magnificent 7 also had a pretty good day on themselves today, so pretty good moves across the board for tech Let's get destroyed. Get ready for it. Trade off of. Get ready for the watch list for tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna bring in my big screen over here. Back to another brand new week of After the After Hours with your host TraderPrad. I'm doing great. Hopefully you guys are joining me on that great side. Markets are moving around. Might just be a risk on type of day. So let's see what happens. 8 o'clock tomorrow. As you guys know, we do the stream Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. Shout out to my affiliate sponsors, Benzinga, Trade Ideas, the #1 scanner to go to, Trader Sync, promo code down below, promo code PRAD15 to get 15% off. I will catch you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock, same time, same place. Until then, TraderPrad out. Adios.